Greetings, my fellow warriors. So, the question is now last couple of days, a week, we have abnormal transactions on the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So, the biggest question is it sale, is it transfer, or what it is? And I will explain you and try to show you a couple of stuff. First, is it abnormality? That is what one of the comments I heard. If it is abnormality, it would be on one stock. They would fix the abnormality, and everything would continue as it is. But we have those occurrences of the huge sales, not only on one stock. So it is on FNMA, it is happening on fmcc, fnmas, fnmat, fmcj. So basically, the most important shares for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And what is going on? If we take a look at the, let's say, let's go from this stock. So we have FMCKJ. A regular volume for that stock is 258,000. And let's go to 5 days. The question is, at one point of time, here we had a volume of 400,000. Look at this moment. So it was like, come on, okay, 1616 at 1220. If that was a buy or sell on that volume, so we talk about the volume of 400,000, average is 285. So it would be two times volume of 1 day of today's transactions. So all the transactions we had today, and today was abnormally big case because you see how it's 100, 200, 500. Would that move the price? What do you think? Let's see, did it move the price? So it was here. It didn't move the price at all because it was not a buy, it was not a sale. And if it is the abnormality on the stock market, did that appear on the FNMAT? So average 83,000 volume. And look at this on 5 days. Okay, we're on 5 days. Here we'll see 1 million shares volume, sell or buy or transfer. Can you think it is? Is it here? Is it here? No, it is here. Did price move significantly from those 100,000 shares here? No. Why? Because and on a Thursday there was also transactions, so no, but it doesn't show. Why? Because and if it shows, it will not show nice. It will show like this, so you cannot see the movement. But if it was big sale or buy, it would be large. I would expect, like if that is the sale, bang, here would happen the sale. But here we have like 200, 500, like 3,000 share sell, and we had that increase. And here we have 100,000 and no price movement. Okay, so that happened in one stock. In the other, let's go fnmas. Basically, we have very similar scenario. So daily average 681,000. Today it was 1.2 million. When you look at this price movement, what do you think? Where is the buy or sell of 1 million stocks? Here, 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 here? No, it is here where nothing happens. So 1 million shares were done something with them, either buy or sell. At the moment where it is here, almost nothing happened. Look, decrease on the price, like uh, 10 cents, not even 10 cents, 6 cents. Okay, so we have huge abnormal. It's not a buy, it's not a sell, it got to be a transfer. There is also one possibility more, that these are not just the transfers. There is like two possibilities. One is a range sale and or a range buy. And somebody would say, okay, wait, oh, look at this. Huh. Okay, so we have at fnmas. You see here this dip. Do you think it was buy or sell at a million stock shares? No, it was like 3,000 or something like that. And where there was a million, million here, million there, and the price movement for that point, it was no movement at all. So the transactions are 1 million shares per in a second and no movement. Is that buy or sell? No. This here on 11,000 was this dip. So this price actually decreased because somebody sold 11,000 shares. You see how 11,000, 12,000. Now that was the price, and it goes for 50 cents because somebody sold, like, I don't know how much. Let's see how much. Okay, 400,000 or something like that. Okay, somebody sold 400,000. That was sale. But a million, how much million should move? Should million move like a little bit, or it should do something like this? There is no something like this because it is not a sale. It's not. It gotta be a transfers or that or arrange sales. That is another option. But or arrange buys. Let's see what else. So here we have like fmcc. Look, 2 million buy, 1 million buy, 1 million buy. Did you saw decrease in those? And here we don't have any more. Look, today was nothing. Nice. That means that they're done with the transactions. So if we look at the price, what was it here? No. Is this the move? No, that was from Friday to Monday. But it is here where basically nothing happened. Okay, FNMA, basically the same story. Let's say if you look the chart, where would you say that a million shares transaction happened? From here to here, from here to here in this spike? No, where somebody bought or sold million transactions. If you look at the chart, can you guess? No, it is middle of nothing here. So let's go. That is around 2 p.m. And what happened there? Nothing. No price movement. Let's go on a 5 days chart. Again, we have like 2 million, 1 million, 1 million, 1 million. It's surprisingly it was nothing on a Monday. But it was like big transactions. Whatever it is happening. It's not a glitch. There are two options why it is happening. One option is that is the preparation from the for the DTC and for the uplist. Usually companies are doing that if they want to move the shares from one account to the other because the accounts were old and maybe that company don't exist anymore and company has it in some kind of like phone that it stays a long time ago and they want to move it. It counts as a change of custodian, so they have to report it in order to prepare for DTC. The other option that somebody is buying big and selling big. So somebody's who can say, okay, I know that you're selling. Let's say, just for example, because there is a foundation, what I'm talking, Capital Group says, I want to decrease my amount of the shares. And let's say somebody like Bill Ackman says, I want to increase number of my shares, or somebody else. And they say, okay, I will sell you by the market price on the date that we arrange at the time, randomly, and that we don't move the market, so I don't need to sell and to decrease the price, so you don't need to move the market to buy and increase the price. We'll set up that we do all or none transaction for a million shares per day at that point of time. So they arrange, and that happens. So they actually do buy and sell in a one lot, and that's how they transfer the ownership. But that is one option, and that is possible. Like well is buying, well is selling. They don't want to move the price because they have more. Like why would capital took and start selling 1 million shares and to decrease the price to almost nothing if they do it fast, or would they take and sell it to the, let's say, Bill Ackman, who will want to buy big amount and don't want to increase the price, or somebody else who want to buy it to increase the price. So that is also an option, that there it is just transaction, but there is also an option that they are moving from the account to the account because of the because of incoming uplist. We don't know what is going on. We can just guess. Either side can guess. uh, is it possible that it is moving to DTC from other custodian account? Yes. Just it can be different name on the account, and the account is too old. They changed the company there now. They or something like that. Like it is like those shares that are in a custodian account of the are sitting over there for a long time, like more than 10, 15 years. So it's not like we just moved it, like and we will just change it fast. It is like it stayed for a long time to some old accounts, and so they need to move them, and they are doing it right now. Why it is important? Because they need to prepare everything to settle everything in case of the upcoming uplist and IPO. And what I believe it is happening is actually that preparation for IPO. uh, so basically that is what I think. What is the truth, we'll find out soon, and we'll see. But overall, it is these are abnormal stuff what is going on, and should we take and give it too much emphasis? I think we should. Like somebody is buying millions of the shares in a like somebody took and purchased like how much let's say just for because we don't see the Thursday, and because there was that abnormality start on a around Wednesday, and it is happening up to now. So somebody up to now took and bought almost 30-40 million shares, either preferred shares or common, and this is a big deal. Somebody is ready to so 20, let's say 20 million shares. They paid, let's say, 10 because they bought the preferred, which are a little bit more expensive, common, which are a little bit more cheaper at this moment. So they purchased for good 30, 20, $30 million. No, wait, 20 million shares times, let's say, 9, that's $180 million. So somebody took and invest $180 million in this stock. And just to calculate how much is that from the total volume, we have like around 2 billion shares, and somebody took and purchased like around 1-2% in a couple of days. Is that the good news? Yes. Why I think the capital group, the question is, okay, somebody is selling. If the question is somebody is selling, I think the problem is not the problem. I think that capital group took and started selling the stocks intentionally because first they achieved the price they want. They made like 5 or 10x. Number two, maybe their structure changed. Maybe the guy who was had the idea to do that transaction, who believed in that, he just went to the other place, went to the other company, and like over there, and the shares stay, and those companies, a lot of turnover, and like, so the managers are changing, not on that level, they don't change that much, but if the guy left the company and the new guy is in charge, and he will look at the balance sheet, look how much it made, and he didn't know the story, and he took and just start selling it. If nobody support the idea, and it's basically a decision of couple of people, and those couple of people can retire, and those couple of people are in this stock for a number of years, so that is also a possibility. So no matter what, it's abnormal, it is some kind of transaction either between the two big companies, or it is just the transaction of the brokerage in order to prepare for DTC. But it is good. Stay well, my friends.